Holy cow! Welcome to Donnie's Hangout Adventures. Last night, no, I didn't watch it because I don't watch the current WWE product unless I'm researching for a video. I do mainly older stuff. Yeah, I know I haven't dropped my first video yet for wrestling related content. That's coming. That's coming. Just give that time. And last night they had the Royal Rumble, 2023 edition to the Royal Rumble. I didn't watch it. I read the reviews on it because it was a below average show. Probably the best thing was the Sami Zayn storyline with the Bloodline, where they seemed like they screwed that up. They might have had him turn against Roman Reigns too early. I think they should have saved that for WrestleMania. But that nonetheless, that is what it is. That's what WWE does. They like to rush stuff. Speaking of rushing, we have Cody Rhodes. Now, I am somewhat a fan of Cody's work that he's done in the past years. I haven't watched much of Cody Rhodes recently. I do watch a few of his matches. I tried to watch some of the feud he had with Saf. I wasn't as big on it as some other people were. They were the match of the decade. Okay, be that as it may. Cody last night at the Royal Rumble looked like he might have came back too soon. I watched just from where he entered, which was predictable. Clearly it was predictable. They've done this with John Cena before, entering at number 30 and then they win. So it's clearly really predictable in and of itself. So he entered number 30 and of course he won. That's completely really predictable. And you could see he was gasping for air. He was out of breath after being only in the Rumble match less than 5 minutes. That's not a good sign, especially if you're going to be going against the top dog, bad pun, against the top dog of the WWE on the biggest show of the year at WrestleMania. How are you going to have a 20 or 25, maybe even a 30-minute match with Roman Reigns, who is in top peak physical condition? How are you going to pull that off when you were in the Rumble match for 5 minutes? 5 minutes, and you were completely out of breath. Now, personally, I think the Rumble winner should have went to Gunther. He clearly seems like the next big thing for WWE, and he's had some good matches. He's been really good. I think it was like U.S. champion, Intercontinental champion, or what? I can't keep up to date with it. But his body of work, he's done really well. Especially people like by going against Sheamus, he's done really well with that. So I think they might have got the Royal Rumble winner wrong, but nonetheless, be that as it may. Now, Cody has said that he wants to be world champion. But the problem with this, he's second generation. There is a big, major problem with this. You can research this. Did you know that no second or third generation wrestler has never been world champion? I'm not counting Charlotte Flair. She's women's. I'm not counting her. No, I'm not. I'm leaving her completely out of the equation. On the men's side, there's never been a world champion from second or third generation when his dad was world champion. Dusty Rhodes was world champion. Goldust and Cody had never been world champion. That's the way this works. That's the way this works. Okay, when you think about it, Rock, okay, he was world champion. His dad or grandfather were not world champion. That's the way this works. I don't know why it goes like this, but it does. Randy Orton, third generation. Yes, world champion. But his dad and grandfather were never world champion. You see, the odds are stacked against. They're completely stacked against Cody Rhodes. I'm not completely sold, and I haven't been the entire time that Cody's been back in WWE. I'm not completely sold that he's a main eventer. He's okay on the mic. His in-ring work, it's It's good. Not the best of all time, but it's good. I'm not completely sold that he's a main eventer. I've always seen Cody Rhodes an upper tier mid-carder. Maybe about number 7 match of 9 on a show. I don't see him in the main event of the biggest shows of the year like SummerSlam, WrestleMania. I do not see it at all. And last night, he's completely out of breath. He might have came back too soon, and it looked like it's going to be completely predictable. The problem is he was out of breath. 5 minutes into the match, he's going, have you been training at all? It don't seem like you were training at all during this whole time. And good luck going against Roman. Listen, I'm completely tired of Roman as the world champion, like a lot of people. But the one thing about Roman that he's done for the last 2 years, his body of work speaks for itself. He's produced one good match after another, after another, after another, and after another. And Cody is not going to be able to live up to the expectations. The match could be one of the worst in WrestleMania history. It clearly could be. The wrong person won the Royal Rumble. It was completely predictable. They're trying to do the storyline that he wants to be world champion. He's not. I don't buy him as world champion. I may be the only one, but I do not buy Cody Rhodes as world champion. I see him as Stardust or an upper tier mid-carder at best. At best. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I doubt it. I doubt it I'm wrong. And I think he needs to start training more, because if he's going to have a 20 to 30 minute match, he's going to get winded. He's going to be completely winded. He's going to get blown up. They might have to scratch this plan that they had for Cody. You know, this was reminiscent of Scott Steiner when he came to WWE, and they were going to do a main event push for Scott Steiner and Triple H. So Triple H, no matter how you feel about it, was one of the best on the mic, one of the best. He was one of the best in-ring workers. So they put Scott Steiner with Triple H. About 10 minutes into the match, Scott Steiner's completely blown up, and they had to continue with it. They couldn't scratch it, so they had to have another match for the following pay-per-view. It was the same thing. Scott Steiner was completely blown up. He could not do a 20-minute match with one of the best workers ever. No matter how you feel about no matter how you feel about Triple H. So they had to completely go away from it after 2 horrible pay-per-view main event matches. They were just horrible. That's what this reminds me of with Cody Rhodes. He's completely out of shape, and he showed it last night. What, Mr. Cow? Yeah. Oh, about Rumble. Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Somebody asked me to upload my link to Rumble. I don't know how to do all that. It's really, really complicated, so I don't know how to do that. My Rumble name for my channel is Holy Cow 1234. Holy Cow 1234. All small letters, I believe. I'm pretty sure. So that's what my Rumble name is. If you want to go check that out, go right ahead. Anything else, Mr. Gal? Nope. Well, that's all, folks.